Hello Nintendo, Wii here. First of all, Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you all had a nice Christmas and New Year. And let's kick the New Year off with another Games I Got Recently video. I've got a few announcements I want to make for the channel, but I'll leave that until after the video. This is in no particular order, but let's start with 4 games for the Vectrex, which you will know I picked up if you saw one of my previous Retro Gamer Week videos. Or maybe it was actually a Vectrex video, but either way, it's up here on the side. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's an amazing console. Very, very hard to get footage for, so there's not actually much video to show you, but I can explain a bit about the games and why they're so cool. It's a really, really awesome system. So, when I got the system, I got 2 games with it. They were Berserk, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard of, classic arcade game. It really doesn't hold up very well by today's standards. In fact, it's really kind of boring to play, but still nice to have, and it's a shame that all the boxes are a bit battered, but it's very nice to have. It came with the overlay for it as well. And the other game, a much better game, kind of an arcade shooter, like Tempest I suppose, but you're actually in the middle of the screen shooting out rather than from the outside shooting in. That's called Bedlam. And this one's really fun to play. I've been playing quite a bit of this. It's very nice to have the Vectrex. It's always plugged in. I just flick it on, play a few minutes, try and get a high score. It's just that sort of system, and it holds up surprisingly well considering it's, I think, more than 30 years old now. Really, really impressed with the system. And for Christmas I got another 2 games for it, which I'm not too surprised about. I actually kind of figured that my dad had actually gone back into the shop after I left and picked these up, because for some reason I wasn't allowed to go back in with him, and this is why. So these ones are Starship and Clean Sweep, which has some ridiculous story about bank robbers and thieves and stuff, but it's actually just Pac-Man. A pretty good version of Pac-Man, although it is a bit slow. Although there's one cool thing about this, there's actually another mode where you can play it without the lights around the maze, so you can't actually see where the walls are, which makes it really hard once you've picked the pellets up. And Starship is it's got really nice graphics for one thing. It's kind of pseudo 3D into the screen. You play as a spaceship shooting down aliens, and you've got a shield that you can use at certain points, and there's warps and stuff, and the warp makes the screen go all crazy, so it's pretty fun. I'll put up a little bit of video about all these. Maybe I'll do a video about them separately one day in the future. Next up is a very exciting game, one that I've been after for a long, long time. Ever since I first picked up my TurboGrafx, I wanted this, even though I didn't realise at the time, but with the PAL TurboGrafx you can't actually attach American Turbo CD player to it to play the game. So luckily when I was in Japan 2 years ago now, I can't believe it's been 2 years, I picked up the PC Engine Duo, which is an all-in-one system which lets you play CD games and Hue cards. Anyway, the main reason I wanted this system in the first place was to play a game that wasn't made for either of these systems. It wasn't made for the PC Engine, it wasn't made for the PAL TurboGrafx. It was actually made for the Turbo CD, the American version, and that is, this game has took me forever to track down. I've been following it on eBay for years, literally years, and finally I found one for a reasonable price that wasn't like stupid £100 or whatever crazy, but managed to get this for something around 50, I believe. This is Ease Book 1 and 2, and I am so excited to play this. I plugged this in, put the disc in, turned it on, and this was broken. Yep, the PC Engine just didn't have any sound whatsoever. So I was really gutted for a long, long time, because the game does look really, really fun. And so what I did, I looked up how to fix the PC Engine. I took it apart, I ordered all the parts I needed, ordered all the capacitors, opened it up. I had a day off work. I actually booked a day off to do this. I was that determined to get it to work. I was downstairs all day, had the little light, the soldering iron, replaced every single capacitor in the entire system. Had no idea if it was going to work or not. I'd never done anything like it before in my life. And thankfully it does, and I could not be happier. It sounds a bit silly, I haven't even had a chance to play the game yet, but I'm just so happy that I do have the possibility of playing it now. That's just how much this game means to me. Thanks mostly to the happy console gamer, I suppose, and his obsession with the E-series. I can't wait to play this. Right, next to my little pile down there, this is some 3DS games. The 3DS had a kind of slow year, and most of the big name games have already come out for the system in the past. So this year was kind of the year of spin-offs and games no one really wanted, so although they are fun in their own right, they're just not proper big Nintendo games like a lot of people were hoping. First up is the very cute, the very fun, although I've lost my stylus, so it's not so much fun anymore, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. I did have a lot of fun with this when I could actually touch the screen without getting my big finger all over it. It's nothing like Animal Crossing, so if you go in expecting Animal Crossing, you'll be very disappointed. But if you go in expecting something like, I don't know, a very basic version of The Sims with Animal Crossing characters, then you are going to have a lot of fun. You basically play as someone who designs houses, and you go around to meet all these different animals. They tell you what sort of house they want, you go and build it for them. It's a very cute game, it's got very nice graphics and sound, but it is a bit shallow, it's a bit simple. And it was kind of made just to sell the amiibo cards. So Home Designer, I would recommend it, but if you've got the choice and you haven't played Animal Crossing before, definitely go for Wild World instead. Next up, a game I was fairly excited about, even though it got mediocre reviews. That is Chibi Robo Ziplash. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this. I've never actually played any of the other Chibi Robo games. For some reason I never got it on the GameCube when that one was released, and it's still one game that I don't have for the GameCube, so I'm definitely going to have to try and track that one down someday. But this is a really nice 2D platformer. I'm very, very happy to get it. The music in this is so catchy. That was probably my favourite thing about the game. The music's just awesome. The game's quite cool actually. Chibi Robo actually flings his plug into the air, and you can latch onto certain bits of the levels and sort of swing yourself across, which is a nice mechanic. It's got a few strange quirks to it, but overall it's a very fun game. So if you're after a fun little platformer that's quite easy, won't take very long to complete, then definitely go and pick up Chibi Robo while you still can. And last but not least for the 3DS, and probably the best one out of the three, this is The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. A 3-player version of 4 swords, basically. They just removed the 4th sword and decided to make Link dress up as a girl, but I have no idea what they were thinking with this game, but it's very strange, but it's very fun at the same time. You have to play it online with random people, because if you play it by yourself it's horrendously boring and not much fun at all. But luckily the online works really well. You've got little pictures on the bottom of the screen, so you can kind of communicate using that. For the Vita, not much Vita love recently, I only picked up one game. This game came from Amazon, and I actually won some Amazon vouchers at work for doing a good job with my IT stuff that I'm doing. And one of the things I spent the vouchers on was this game here. A brand new Vocaloid music rhythm game, how could I not want this? This one's actually based on IA, the Vocaloid. I'm sure she's not as popular as Miku, but I'm sure a lot of people have still heard of it. The songs are really fun. The game definitely lives up to its name, IA Colourful. It's insanely colourful, the graphics are lovely. The music's really good. It's not as good as Project Diva, but it's not made by Sega. I'm very happy with this. I've played through all the songs. It is a bit easy, but that's probably just me being too good at these kind of games by now. First of all, a massive disappointment. There's Rodeo the Sky Soldier. I can't express how much I dislike this game. I've been waiting for it for so many years, and it turned out to be a complete disaster. I really am upset. It's just so, I don't know, it's just poorly made. Really not happy with this at all. I don't know what they were thinking. But on the upside, in the box it also comes with Yuji Naka's original Wii version, which is actually better in every single way to the Wii U version. I don't even understand how they managed to mess up the Wii U version so bad, but the Wii version is quite fun actually, and I haven't played it that much, so I shouldn't really judge either of them. But even so, just really disappointed. Next up, a game that I'm not so disappointed in. I actually quite enjoyed this. This is Project Zero Maiden of Blackwater. I got very excited about this after E3 last year. They did a really good Treehouse presentation about it, and as far as I believe, the game did live up to my expectations. Apparently it's not the best one in the series, but having only played one before on the Xbox, I thought this was really fun. Got a really interesting story. It can get a bit long-winded at times, walking backwards and forwards through the forest over and over again, but the controls with the Wii U gamepad are really good. The graphics are beautiful for this, they're really, really nice. I love seeing all the backstory to all the ghosts that you meet throughout the game, so I'd recommend Project Zero Raiden of Blackwater. Saving the best till last, this game is just amazing. Game of the year. Xenoblade Chronicles X. The original Xenoblade on the Wii is one of my favourite games of all time, and this doesn't quite get close to the massive scale of the story and the characters in Xenoblade Chronicles, but on its own, as a standalone game, if you don't think of it as a Xenoblade game, it's definitely one of the best RPGs I've ever played. It's fantastic. The music is amazing, like some of the best tunes I've ever heard. Also some of the worst, but let's forget about them ones. It's so long, like after almost 50 hours I'm still, well, by now I've played it for 90 hours and I'm still discovering new things every single time I play. There's just so much to this game. Definitely recommend it. More than 100%, 1000% get it. And it also came with this really nice little cloth here. It came with a steelbook, as most games do these days, which is quite nice as well. It's got some nice artwork in. For Christmas, something I'd actually requested for Christmas was the Xenoblade Chronicles guide, which goes into a lot of detail about all the different enemies, where to find them, all the different items, which is really, really useful, and I don't know why they didn't tell you that sort of information in the game to begin with. Because every time I play it, I have to go on game FAQs to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go to pick up a certain item, but apart from that, Xenoblade Chronicles is definitely 100% my game of the year. Can't get enough of it. 3 more games. One for the PS4, which I have yet to play. I got this at Christmas. This is Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe, and The Blight Below. That is a mouthful, and there's no way I could possibly remember that. I haven't actually started playing this, so I can't give my opinions on it, but it looks really fun. I really enjoyed Hyrule Warriors, and this looks like the same kind of game, so I'm definitely looking forward to giving it a try. Next up, a game I did a retro game a week about, a few weeks ago, so you can go and check that out if you want some more information on it. This is a Master System game called Sagaya, which is actually the Master System version of an arcade shoot-'em-up called Darius 2. It's really, really hard, and not that great. That's all I have to say about that. And another game I got for Christmas, and one I've been after for a long, long, long time, finally got my hands on Kirby Air Ride. It is the American version, so I had to order a freeloader as well to be able to play it, but I don't really know what to make of it. It doesn't actually have a proper single-player mode at all. It's just multiplayer. You play through a set of levels which are all unlocked from the start, which is also kind of weird. The graphics are really nice, the gameplay is very, very simple. There's only the A button, that's the only button that does anything in the entire game. But for what it is, I'm going to play it in multiplayer on the weekend soon, so hopefully I'll have a bit better, bit higher opinion of it then. But for now, it's a fun game. I've been playing it on and off every so often. Really nice graphics, and one to add to my Kirby collection. So I think that's all I'll do now for games I've got recently. There are a few others, but I'm not sure where they are. And I've probably rambled on for way too long already. So thanks for watching. Now, before you go, I just want to talk a bit about my plans for the new year, and my plans for YouTube, and plans for everything else I've got going on. So, first of all, probably something that a lot of you weren't expecting. I'm going to be taking a break from Retro Gamer Week. It's taken up too much of my time, and I've got something else that I'm working on at the moment, which is going to take priority for me this year. And that's something that I'll show you in just a second. So bear with me, I will get back to it. The idea is eventually to have 52 episodes, and then I'll tell you what other plans I've got for that series in the future. I'll still be doing YouTube videos, hopefully something a bit bigger, maybe retrospectives, maybe hidden gems, maybe a new room tour. I know lots of people have been waiting for one of them. So yes, why is my time being taken up with something else? That's because I'm actually working on a game, which some of you may know already, some of you may not know. If you follow my alt account on Twitter, Nintendo Wii U, I'm actually posting updates there if you want to go and take a look. And now I'll actually show you a bit of what I've been working on. So here we go, the game is called Super Donuts, and it's a platformer without a jump button. I know it sounds a bit strange, but I'll show you how it works. So this is the first thing you'll see once you press the start button. This is a very, very work in progress version of the level system. So the level you can visit is in colour and the level you can't visit is black and white. So if you click that, nothing happens. We go to level 1, I'll show you how to play. So save the donuts. There's only 2 buttons in the entire game. There's move left and move right. And basically you traverse the environment by building up speed. Like I just managed to pick up that baby donut in the corner by getting enough speed to jump over that ramp there. So these are all just practice levels at the moment. I'm basically just testing out what I'm actually able to make. And it's taken a long time because I haven't really done any sort of programming like this in a long time. So, I don't know if you can see there, wait for it to refocus. There's one of the small donuts that you're supposed to collect throughout the game. So you basically just go into them, and at the moment it shows up how many you've got left to pick up at the bottom. I've built some fans that actually propel you into the air. So they're sort of working. And once you collect all the babies, then you'll be able to go through the exit. So it says we've still got one more to find. Let's go and find that last one. So we can't go that way. I've made it so the screen loops over so you can see these arrows in the corner. When you go through that, you actually come off the other side. And the final one is up here, if I can get up. Okay. I've got to try and fix them fans to make them work a bit better. So you can see if you build up enough speed, then you can actually get on top of that and jump over there. And there's the final one on that bridge. And it comes up saying head for the exit. And when you collect the sweets, they do actually increase your score, which at the moment is all messed up, but it won't be in the final version, of course. So then the exit turned into a warp, and then you're back to the start. Then you can go to the next stage, level 2, which really isn't ready to be showing off because apart from this opening section, it's just a mess. I'm just trying out different things at the moment. But you can see I am making progress on it. Level 3 crashes the game, so I'm not going to click that one. Level 4 is one that I put a bit of time into. We can have a quick look at this. I'm not sure, I'll have to also be making my own music for the game at some point, or getting someone to, because I won't be able to use this, unfortunately. Them things actually do kill you. I'll show you there. It shakes the screen and sends you back to the start of the stage. I don't know what they're going to be yet. I'm going to try and turn them into some sort of enemy. You can see the amazing sprite work that my girlfriend's done for me on this. She's done an amazing job. I've been trying to do some of the sprite sheets myself, but I'm not really getting very far. There's one of the power-ups that I just rolled into. This one actually slows you down quite a lot, actually, which obviously makes it a bit harder to get past them things, which is the idea. So I'm not sure if this will crash the game or not, but over there in the corner, that's actually a special stage. If I go into that, ignore the fact that it just flew off the edge. Yeah, it crashed. Never mind, that's supposed to be like an auto-scrolling game. Let's show you level 5, see if it does anything. Yeah, this one's not finished yet at all. But I'm sure you get the idea of the game, and it's obviously very early in development, but I'll be continuing work on it. You can check out my blog, Nintendo Need More Donuts. That's what happens if you run into the finish when you don't have all of them, which I think is pretty cool, but it looks like it's crashed again. So yeah, check out my blog, or check out my website, nintendowiiu.com. And that can link you to all the updates I've been doing. I've actually been documenting my entire development process of this. So there's plenty to read up on to see how I'm doing this. So that's all. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Looking forward to seeing all your comments. If you feel like just chatting to me anytime, just follow me on Twitter, NintendoWii. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. And I'll also be posting some gameplay video from this game that I'm working on, so you can check out my progress. Thanks for watching, see you soon, goodbye.
I'm purely here for lighting and cookies. I was given food in in order to light his video.